So hello everybody, I hope you all are fine and doing great. So we are now going to discuss this can place flower problem of GFG, sorry, LEETCODE, can place flowers. So what we have given? We have given a flower bed in which some of the plots are planted and some are not. And the main condition is flower cannot be planted in adjacent plot, like 2i and I plus 1 or I and I minus 1 cannot be is equal to 1 here. Why not 1? Because we are given flower bed an array containing 0 and 1. 0 means the flower pot is empty, and 1 means it is not empty. So it's not empty, then it's mean it is equal to 1, and there are not two together 1 can be in our array. Two together 1 cannot be in our array because that means we planted the two flower together in adjacent plot, and that will make our condition false. Okay, and we are given an integer n, and we have to return if we can put out n new flowers can be planted in the flower board or not. So what we have to do, we are given an n and a flower bed in which some are planted and some are empty. Then we have to find out whether we can plant it n new flower without breaking this rule or not. So here we can put out this one at this place, so we are returning 0 and true here too. So we cannot place a flower here because this is one, but we can place it here. And if we place it here, then we cannot place it here because if we place it here, then here is one flower and here is one flower, so we can plant only one. So answer is false. So now let's move on to the code. So we are given this function, a vector d represent the flower bed, and int n the number of the flowers we have to plant this function, and bool we have to return true or false. Because so what we do, we will take int last. We will take this integer as 0, because if this is 0 and this is also 0, then we can plant it here. Okay, then we can plant it here to increase the chances of my complete and flower board planted. So and I turn a loop for I is equal to 0 to I less than d dot size and an n. And an n means I run this loop till I have some n number of flower pot left, and if at any state my n minus minus will become 0, then this loop will become false, and we just return here, we just return in the last whether n is equal to 0 means n is empty, we have planted all number of flower, or we don't have to plant it anyone. Like if n is equal to 0, then we don't have planted, so we just return 0 here. Okay, n is equal to 0 or not, that here. So what we do, we will check our last will represent me the index before it number, like this number, and di should be 0. Yes, I have to planted it here, then this index should be is equal to 0, and I have checked the next index also empty. So I plus 1 is equal to d dot size, whether it's our last index, or it's if it is not our last index, then the next index should be is equal to 0. So as you can see, I have accepted this code. I just show you, you can see, and that wrong answer because I forgot to plus 1 here. You can see, you can see that's my, you can see the same code I use here, and you can see that all 124 cases are pass out. So I hope you guys like it, and if you like it, then please subscribe the channel for more amazing coding content. Here you will find the daily GFG problems, the daily code problem, and many more important questions of code safe, code forces, etc. So if you like it, then please subscribe and hit the like button as well. Thank you guys.